Oh man, you already know what it is. It's the one and only, the Big 7 Up. And today, bruh, we just talking, man, about where I'm at in life today, just to give y'all an update on everything, bruh. So, if y'all new to my channel, I served 13 years in prison when I was 15 years old. And by the grace of God, I can say that I've been free from prison now, 4 years now. My anniversary just passed September 14th, y'all, my 4th year anniversary. So shout out to me, man, in the comments. You feel me, for even lasting this long, because the recidivism rate for returning back to prison after 3 years is like 45%. So I've actually beaten the statistics and beaten the odds when they told me that I would never make it out of prison in the first place. They actually would tell me that when I was in juvenile prison. So to be here today is such a blessing. It's such amazing feeling, more than words can ever explain, y'all. So I'm truly grateful for each and every person who comes over here, supports my channel, supports my journey, my transition home from prison, and everything that I'm building over here. Because it hasn't been easy. Trust me, it hasn't. But one thing that prison has taught me is that I can survive anything. And I'm grateful to God for my second opportunity at life. And since I've come home from prison, I've been just grinding, constantly grinding, working, doing everything in my power to make something of myself and my second opportunity that I've been given with life. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every person who comes through and supports. I also want to say shout out to us, man. We just touched 500 subscribers. What? I mean, like, bruh, 500 subs is crazy. Like, like I never thought that I would be here. You know what I mean? Just to be able to accomplish all of these goals day by day is just amazing. And I'm just sharing my story. I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my journey. I'm sharing my truth. And I just want to encourage everybody who is content creators that if you have a story to share, if you have a message, don't be afraid to share it, because you never know who may be watching. You never know who may be listening and who really is in need to hear your message. So never give up on yourself, never give up on your story, and never give up, period. Because God has great things in store for you. I'm telling you, if He can do it for me, He can do it for you. So just keep that in mind. I want to thank y'all for supporting um, everything that I do, because without y'all, none of this would be possible. We have so many great things in store for the next phase of things. We on a ride to 1K now, and I have so many more things in store for us over here. I mean, so much in store for us. Just to share a little bit with y'all, I'm talking about we about to start going to the juvenile detention centers, y'all, and we about to start really getting busy. I mean, like really hands-on and active with the youth, because I know firsthand who is in need. It's the youth. The youth need attention. They need hands-on attention, like immediately. Because if they don't get it, then they gonna end up in the same place that I just left from. Trust and believe that. Because the route that these kids are going down is crazy. I mean, it's 10 times, 50 times, 100 times worse than what I witnessed when I was a kid. I mean, like, I thought it was bad when I was young, but nowadays it's literally no mercy in the streets. It's no mercy. So, and I mean, like, this is like a a worldwide a worldwide problem. This ain't just in my city or my state. This is going on globally with our kids, with the youth, with our teenagers. They are getting out of control. And I mean, I'm not no saint by far. I'm not perfect. And I don't know everything. But I do know this much, that if we don't get a hold of these kids right now, they're gonna end up in a bad situation, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna be doing everything in my power to be trying to reach the youth, to try to reach the kids, to try to reach that next 15-year-old from jumping in that car and going on that mission because he don't have no food at home. You know what I mean? I want to start building up an economic foundation for these kids to have before they have to go on a mission just to feed themselves. I want to be able to build up our economic foundation so they don't have to break in houses just to get food like I did. Because when I was 11, 12 years old, that was my first juvenile crime, was a breaking and entering charge, because I used to break into homes just to steal people's food. This is not a game. This is not a rap song. This is not a movie. This is real life. I've actually done that. So I know the condition of our youth, the condition they're in. And I understand the state of mind that they're also in. When you're hungry, I know. I know. And before it gets there, before it gets too late, I want to reach them. I want to try. I know that we can't save everybody, but I'm going to try to reach somebody. You know what I mean? And if you supporting me and my journey and my mission and what I'm trying to accomplish here, please, please, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, y'all, because I'm giving this everything that I have. Like, when I came home from prison, from doing 13 years in prison, at 15 years old, I didn't know how I was gonna get my life back in order. I had a plan. I had a plan. I had a vision, but I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where I was gonna begin. But I had an idea of what I wanted, but I didn't know where I was gonna start. And that's a lot of people's problem, not just the youth, but people in general. They have an idea of what they want and where they want to be in life, but they just don't know where to start. But I'm here to tell you that you just have to start, bro. You just have to start. That's the main goal, is starting. That's half the battle. Because most people don't even start. They don't even put the key in the ignition. You hear me? Real talk. And I see so much potential in the youth today. Everywhere I turn, I see so much creativity. I see so much potential, so much strength, so much charisma, so much power, so much beauty, so much chemistry. I see it. Everywhere I turn, I see it. But you know what? You know what scares me? What scares me is that they don't see it. That's what scares me, is that they don't see it. But you have to start recognizing your potential. Because if you don't, you'll be just another statistic. You'll be just another person who was here and gone. And you don't want that for yourself, I'm telling you. Because when you have to meet your creator, he's going to ask you, why didn't you use the gifts that I gave you? And you're going to be sitting there, you're going to be clueless. Like, what are you talking about? And he's going to tell you, I gave you the gift to breathe. I gave you the gift to walk. I gave you the gift to talk. I gave you the gift to hear. I gave you the gift to think. I gave you the gift to comprehend. I gave you the gift to learn. If you don't know something, you can figure it out. You have a brain that works that God gave you. It's simple. And that's what scares me, y'all. And so I want people to start turning their lights on. I want the youth to start turning their lights on because they're walking around and their lights is off. They walk around in a dark room. They don't even know that if they cut the lights on, everything that they want and desire is right there. They don't even know. All you have to do is cut the light on. And as soon as you cut the light on, that money that you've been looking for, that car, that house, that peace of mind is all right there. All you have to do is turn on the light. I'm telling you, that's what I had to do, bro. It took me 13 years in prison to figure that out. And I don't want it to have to get like that. I don't want it to have to come to that for you. I don't want it to have to come to that for your little brother. I don't want that to have to come to your son. I don't want that to have to come to your nephew. I don't want that to have to come to them. You get what I'm saying? I don't want you to have to hear about little bruh done caught a murder case. Because you know what that did to my family when they had to hear about little Dominique just caught a murder case? You know what that did to my family when my friends heard about that? They said, what? They said, what? Little Dominique, what? They couldn't believe it. I hurt everybody with my actions. Not only the victim, I hurt everybody with my actions. From one mistake, from one decision. I hurt numerous lives. You get what I'm saying? I tore my family apart by my actions. My mom passed away while I was incarcerated because she could not even bear the thought of her son being in prison. And my mom had to deal with that every single day. She had to wake up and her son was no longer there. Her son was no longer there. She could no longer just wake up and see me. She could no longer just wake up and say, Dom, baby. It was over. I was in prison, gang. And when she passed away, when I was 18 years old, you think that the guards or the warden had any mercy and sympathy for me? That I lost my mom? You think that they said, hey, we know that, you lost your mom and everything. So we're going to let you go and say your last words to her. We're going to let you go to the funeral so you can lay her to rest for the last time. No, 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 no. None of that. None of that. You know what they told me? They said that you will not be going to your mother's funeral because you are a flight risk. Because when you was 13 years old, from that breaking and entering charge, 13 years old, and they placed you on probation after you had did 6 months in juvenile. When they placed you on probation, when you came home from doing the 6 months, you went on a run from your probation officer for 2 years. So because of that, you can't go to your mom's funeral and you're 18 years old. And that happened when you was 12. You know what I mean? So next time you think about doing some bull stuff, bro, I'm telling you, gang, from personal experience, that's not the type of situation you want to get yourself into. You know what I mean? Because once you put yourself in them type of situations, it ain't no turning back. It ain't no rewinding. It ain't no starting over. It's none of that. Once you make those decisions, you have to live with those decisions and die with those decisions. So keep in mind that this life that you have is not a game. It's real. This is not GTA. This is not Grand Theft Auto. This is not that game. This is not. And as much as I wish it was, because it's not a day that goes by that I don't wish my mom was still here. It's not a day that goes by that I don't wish that when I came home from prison, I could have at least seen my mom one more time and at least hug my mom when those prison gates open. Like a lot of guys. A lot of guys went home and they still had their moms by the grace of God. And you know what? I saw a lot of guys who went home to moms. They still took them for granted. They still took their freedom for granted and their mothers for granted because they still went back to prison after that. And you would think, what would make a person want to go back to prison and their mom is 60, 70 years old already? She don't have that much longer. You think your mom is going to be living until she's 100 years old and shit? Like, dude, you better cut it out and get a grip on life and on reality because a lot of people don't make it to see that age, bro. My mom passed away very young at 50. She was very young. So if you have any care in the world for your mom, for your children, I know some of these guys got children still going in and out of prison. And they kids gotta experience that. Listen, man. Put your head on straight, gang. You know what I mean? Put your head on straight, gang. We building some serious stuff over here, man, and I'm glad that y'all here to witness my rise. I'm glad that y'all here to be a part of my journey home from prison, life after prison. It's been amazing, and I just wanted to make this video for y'all, man, because you know we going up, and you know what I mean. And I want y'all to know that we on the same page, bro. I'm not gonna let y'all down. I got it. I got it. We good. Keep supporting these videos, man, because we got. The only thing stronger than me and you is us. Remember that. Seven Society. Man, I started this in prison, bro, this vision of mine, and we're gonna continue to keep it going, and we're gonna keep elevating, and we're gonna keep rising. We're gonna keep accomplishing each and every goal that I envisioned when I was sitting in that cell, y'all. So let's lock in. It's up. We got 90 days until my birthday. Well, a little bit less than 90 days now from my birthday. But for this whole 90 days until December 14th, y'all, we locking in. I'm trying to upload videos for y'all at least once a week. But I'm shooting for 2. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta stay on me, stay encouraging me, and just, we locked in. It's up. Till next time. 7 up till we have enough.
I was born inside of shit. I ain't had no pot to piss. Daddy had ran off and dick. Poor nigga was a chick. So my mama had to pick up the pot and work her wrist.